Gonna make the profiles boom, 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 boom. What they is, I'm gonna tell you what it is today on Gunner's Profiles. You see that thumbnail? It isn't great, right? But what it is, man. It is what it is until it is what it is. And this ain't no added preservatives, none of that fakery, shakery, and bakery. What it is real talk, right? And Menudo style in direct fashion right here on Gunner's Profiles today. I have an opinion. It's just my opinion, right? And it's a question I pose to everyone out there. What's the difference? Orderly, Genuine said it, differences. What's the difference between this young cat Beza and South Park Mexican, SPM? Well, there's a little bit of a difference, and I'm about to give you my opinion on it. But what really is truly the difference between these two individuals? Now, we all know Beza was caught up the other day, locked up, they won't let him out. Orale, for some very unsavory charges, and we spoke on that. Refer to Gunners Collective, you can see the videos. I had to do what I had to do. Right now, you got to understand this guy has not been convicted quite yet. And that's the difference with him and South Park Mexican, period. Look, in the video. Bang, bang. 1 minute. That's it. But they both have a lot of correlation between their two cases. They both, and I ain't even going to go too detailed. You could refer to whoever. There's a lot of videos out there. Like I said, I've done some myself concerning Beza. And we already know what's up with South Park Mexican, 9-year-old and all that, right? Now, the difference is Beza has not been convicted quite yet. He still has his day in court. He still has his due process. There still will be a little bit of jury deliberation. Now, if he takes a deal, if he decides that if for no other reason he's not going to fight the funk, he's not going to fight the feeling like Too Short, he said, "God, I did that," right? And then he's gone. He's out of here. Vamuski, see you later. We knew it, right? With South Park Mexican, you know, this guy has already been convicted and down 20 plus years. You know, I don't care what anyone, I don't care what you say that he's innocent. Shit, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say about, hey, homie, it was a setup and man, he's a powerful voice and they wanted to take him down and it's a big old, no, listen, man, listen, I don't care about that. Okay, he's convicted in a court of law. See you later. Hasta la bye-bye. Berga. See you later, dude. He's convicted. Now, with Beza and him, there's a lot of correlation between their two cases, meaning there's a lot of the same types of deviant behaviors, a lot of the same types of things that they're accused of. Now, when it comes to being a man, you know, these are things that you wouldn't even think about. You can't even fathom, you know, when it comes to children or anything of that nature, it gets you mad. It gets you hostile. It gets you frustrated, right? Not as frustrated as that you want to teleport into someone's room when they're doing bad things to each other, but it just gets you frustrated, right? But there's a difference here. And the difference is Beza has not yet been convicted. So with all the people talking about he's this and he's that, and we don't know yet. We don't know yet. We only know what he's been charged with. And what he's been charged with, of course, nobody wants to be charged with that. Nobody wants to be put in that predicament. And the perception of what he could have and what people think he done is very ugly, you know, but I'm not here neither to say he did it or he didn't. All I'm here to say is it's not a good look, period. Now, when it comes to SPM, I've always been an advocate for saying I don't like what he's incarcerated for. I don't care how good you rap. I don't care if you're the hardest hitter in the world. I don't care about none of that. If you were the voice for the people, if you were putting a whole bunch of homeboys on, if you really did that, none of that counts anymore when you get caught up and convicted on them types of charges. Baby Bash. Let's talk about him one time. Because he's a common denominator here. Isn't that a trip? Baby Bash has done music with both of these individuals. I'm starting to think here, you know, for real though, for real though, for real though. Is he the girl in the movie and he's the hero? I don't know. Because at the end of the day, it just seems odd that this individual chooses to befriend these type of characters. Now, I'm not here to woof on Baby Bash and talk bad about him, but at the same time, I am here to say it's a kind of a coinky dinky that this Vato has done music with both these individuals and that both of them are incarcerated for the same type of charges. That only leads me to believe there was a lot of young things going on around these kind of guys. Now, what people don't understand and what people are saying is that Beza automatically is put in a hat. He's put in a position where people are going to talk about him. Yeah, it's the word on the curb, as I swear, right? It's the word out there. People are saying, man, I can't believe it. And then you have the people, the Fresno haters. Oh, it's because he's from Fresno. It has nothing to do with Fresno. Shout out respects to the perro. Shout out, right? Doing their thing. And then, of course, respects to the Mexicanos, Chicanos, brown people. We does what we does. Because at the end of the day, he has no bearing and no reflection on any of us. What that man has supposedly did is his business, that's him. That's on him. He'll do the time for it as he did the crime for it. If he did. Okay, like I said, it could be baby mothers involved and all kinds of other stuff. We do not know quite yet. But one thing is for sure, it's an ugly look. Now, with South Park Mexican, it's been an ugly look. And it seems to befuddle me and bemuse me when I see people defend South Park Mexican, but the same individuals talk about Beza. Now, why is that? What's the difference here? They're both rappers. They both had some #1 hits, right? They both did their thing. And at the same time, man, what the deviant behaviors that they've done behind closed doors, that's on them as men. It has nothing to do with rap music, has nothing to do with hoods, vaudeville, street turf, politics, procedures, and all that. It has nothing to do with any of that. It has to do with two grown men making the wrong choices in life. Period. No difference there. How can you say, oh, he's cool, he was set up? Nah, he didn't do that. You don't understand the way that they wiggle 20 thou wow and all this and that. But this guy's bad. Oh, yeah, this guy done did that. Nah, come on, man. Beggars can't be choosers, man. Stop choosing. Stop picking a side just because a guy's from your area or you grew up listening to his music or you respect him that much more than the other guy. They both are locked up for deviant stuff. One is convicted, one is not. Period. You know, that's the gist of the matter. You know, I looked at my comments and one guy's like, yeah, man, you try to throw South Park under the bus and man, you're not even for sure he did that. You don't even know Gun, but that cat Beza's over there from California doing that. Well, hold on now, pensa la tira. What does it have to do with where you're from? What does it have to do with what state or what city or what climate or how cold it is, what you've done? I don't care if it's summer, winter, spring, or fall. The chips will fall and the dominoes will fall and lie where they lay. You know, and that's just period. I got too much vernacular for them. Give them knowledge they can't get in college. Now, what I'm saying, guard, don't stop me now. What I got going on is real talk. Okay? Yes, this young cat Beza is the talk of the town right now. Yes, if he did these things, he deserves to do a lot of time. I don't wish time upon no one. But when it comes to a case like that, hey, it is what it is. I don't care what happens. Now, when it comes to South Park Mexican, it's been happening. The Vatos of Peseta, he's been PC'd up. He's been doing his thing in Texas, man, and it has no reflection or bearings on the state of Texas. Shout out to the real tangos. If you ain't blasting, you ain't lasting. You already know what it is. Sometimes when you're in California, you're in the shoe. You got to be fasting. That's just real talk. Now, I will say this. If that young kid gets caught up for them types of crimes, his life is over as we know it. Oh, he'll still live. He'll still breathe. There's oxygen in the air, but it's not going to be the greatest of breaths. It's not going to be the greatest life. And it's all going to be because of his misgivings, his misbehavior, and his doings. Now, I'm not going to ever, and I say ever, back his play on anything. I'm just saying, give this man his due process. Let's see what the court decides. Let's see how it works out. Because we could all be looking like idiots, top-notch idiots. You know what I mean? Hey, you want a slice? I said, you want a slice? You know what I mean? If this Vato gets out, then how's everyone going to be looking? I'm going to be like I said, I didn't know what was going on. I just, I proceeded as private. Now, when it comes to SPM, there is no sugarcoating and no adding nothing there. Conviction. Can you say conviction with a capital C? Yes, right? He's been doing time for that. It's 20-something years later, man. For those of you still trying to defend that bum and say that he's all good in the hood, man, maybe he is all good in your hood. Maybe he can come to a theater near you and play all day. But with me and mine's, never. Would you trust him? Or can he be your babysitter one time for your mind? I thought so, right? No. There's always going to be that inkling in the back of your mind, that little hair standing up on the back of your neck saying, I don't know about this guy, he did 20-something years on some weird, man. Right? There's always going to be that. Okay, music is music. If these Vatos say Beza does time for whatever and he gets out and SPM does, are we really going to support that? Oh, he's a good rapper, though. Give him the pass. Nah, you get no pass. And I thought you knew it, man. You know how we do it. Okay, if you done murdered someone or had to hold up a Jack in the Box because you were doing dirt bad, or if you had to pawn your stuff like Swifty at the local pawn shop, I can understand that, and you can get a ghetto pass on that. But when these crimes that these guys allegedly are locked up for, if they've done that, are you really, truly, in your heart of hearts, as a grown man, going to give the pass on that? No, I'm not saying violence. I'm not saying danger. I'm not saying to do something bad to someone. No, I would never say that allegedly. That's just not me. But one thing I will say is I do not support that type of deviant behavior. And I never shall. Now, I'm not saying that Beza did that for sure, for facts, because he is not convicted yet. He's still in the preliminary stages. I said that Vato still got to go through the motions. You know, he's got to be moved from cell to cell, and eyes get swollen, and all that's going to happen. SPM's been doing that, been locked up. The only reason I'm doing this video is not for clout. I'm not doing it for views. I am doing it for a few views. I'll take the views if I can get them the one time for my mind. That's why we do YouTube, for the views. View it, please, one time. You know what? View it while I spew it. And that's just pure shit. Real talk. But one thing I'm doing this for is to enlighten the people and educate, indoctrinate the people in. There are differences, yet there's not too many differences. The differences are the conviction. The differences aren't you choose one side over the other. This guy's worse than this guy. It's all bad, man. This crime that these guys are incarcerated for is horrible. Okay? Nothing worse than the other. Any type, I can't even say it, I'm so mad. Anytime you're incarcerated for these type of behaviors, man, you're the bottom of the barrel, man. That's the way it's looked at. Spence on la tira, con permiso. I don't hate to say it, but I ain't going to delay it when I say, or spray it, when I say that this is facts. But the reason why I did this video is because one guy got at me, just one, and said, oh man, stop comparing that guy to SPM. I said, first of all, I never even mentioned SPM. I didn't compare no one of you doing that, right? He said, SPM got a lot more behind the scenes, man. Plus, he was a big boss on the streets. He was doing boss stuff. Oh, I don't know if he was doing boss stuff, but what he was doing definitely got him incarcerated for 30-something years. What this guy Beza, who was not a boss, who was nothing like that, who was a one-hit wonder, and sometimes I wonder if that was one hit, right? Is definitely incarcerated for the same type of atrocities, and that's just it. There is no semblance or no similarity when it comes to exactly what you're thinking. I told that guy, you are a fanboy. You're a fan, Holmes. You're a fan of SPM, and so you're trying to compare the two and say, oh, well, his crime is a little bit worse than his crime, and his crime. It's all bad, man. Crime is crime. You know, if I get locked up for stealing a Payday candy bar and you get locked up for stealing a Snickers bar, guess what? I said we were both after that milk chocolate, right? Bang, bang. And in that fashion, it doesn't matter. Might be two different types of candy bars. I said you might be Hershey's, I might be off that Reese's, but guess what? We're both going to do tiempo. To what degree of time? Two different states. One might do more time than the other. If Beza is even convicted. You know, I did a video on him talking about his crimes. I enlightened the people on what he was incarcerated for naturally. But at the same time, never once did I say he did that for surely, though. Gang, gang. I never said it was a fact. I said this is what this man is looking at. Damn. Spence, I hope he didn't do that, man, because that's not a good look, right? People started saying, oh, it's because he's from Fresno. Has nothing to do with that. If that vato was from Egypt getting his on, what would you say then, right? If he was getting his camel ride on, right? If this vato over here, SPM, is convicted, what makes him better than that guy? Where's there a comparison there? You got one guy that's just sitting down for charges, but yet has not been proven innocent or guilty. And then you have another vato who's guilty as all sin, right? And he's still getting love. His videos are doing millions of views. He's making rap songs, talking about this and that. He's trying to clown with vatos with solid names. You can't do it. Bensa. I sound like, well, say it with your chest, West. Oh, Pablo. You can't compare yourself to solid individuals, man. It's just the way it is. If a vato has never been incarcerated on deviant behaviors or charges like that, and he's saying how he feels, you have the right to defend yourself, period. If you truly believe you're honestly innocent of all charges, then you can say what you want to say. But never once have we heard SPM in that say that back and forth with Lazy Dubs and Mr. Capone. Never once did we hear him say, I didn't do it, man. You got me messed up. Ripping his shirt off like Hulk Hogan. Listen here, brother. Right? He never once did that. He just said, oh, man, all right, I'll be that. All right, I'll take that fade. All right, I'll do. Yeah, you're going to be that. You're convicted of it. Spencer, whether you did it or you didn't, the jury of your peers decided that for no other reason, you did that. Now, I know a lot of people like say, you don't understand, Gunner, you haven't seen the paperwork, you don't know better. If you knew better, you do better. Well, I do good, right? And I will say this for facts. It doesn't matter. The moment that the district attorney, the judge, and everyone else signs a piece of paper saying you did that, you've done it. Homie, Spencer, if you did it or not. It says on the papeles you did, and that's all that matters is paperwork. That's at the end of the day. Period. Pensa. Now, when you got another youngster over here, Beza, who I'm not going to sit here and defend at all whatsoever, especially with those types of charges, that's to get far away from me, right? But if he hasn't been convicted yet, you cannot compare the two. You cannot judge one over the other. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and say SPM's worse than that. To me, they're in the same boat right now. When this guy is convicted, if he is convicted of these crimes, okay, fairy dust. See you later, alligator. And who cares, right? It's time to bounce. The true victim in this instance are these children, right? That's who people should be caring about. Not about the third wish to rock the world. Not about, oh man, Dope House Records, he's doing it, right? And not about, oh, Beza, man, because he got a tattoo of some wings right here, he can fly. Orale R. Kelly, look, I don't care what you think you are, who you think you are. If you're convicted of these types of crimes, see you later, Vamuski. And SPM, stay where you're at. You're fine over there in PC. That's what it is, man. That's facts. So when people are trying to compare and make it a state thing and get a thing and, oh, we're better than you and you don't understand. And nah, I don't play none of that. Homes, it doesn't matter if you're from Texas, if you're from Pittsburgh Pirates. Homes, I don't care if you're from Pennsylvania, if you're from New Hampshire, if you're from Connecticut, if you're from Seattle, Washington. None of that matters. What matters to me the most, above all else, is stop doing deviant behaviors, man. Stop being accused of things, because this ain't SPM's first time. See, you're out. You know what I mean? You're out of there. That's it. With this other kid, this cat, I don't know. I don't know. The more I'm looking into the case, the more I'm seeing it from a distance. I'm seeing the baby mama has a lot to do with it. I'm seeing maybe it might have been some he said, she said that he did, and maybe he did or didn't. I'm not going to defend him because he's from Califas. I don't care, sir. I don't care where he's from. Whatever he did, you own that, man. You rock that. If you did that, you deserve everything that it entails and everything that comes with it, period. But you don't deserve it until you're convicted. Now, people are going to jump the gun. Oh, yes, they did the other day at Riverside. They're going to jump the gun just based on them are type of charges that nobody wants to look at, right? And it's automatically going to draw your eyes to the paperwork. But with SPM, he's been sitting on that, man. He's been rocking that energy. He's been doing that. So anyone that comes in my DMs or comments to me defending that cat over this cat, it's the same thing, man. Get your mind right. What kind of dude are you? How does that make you look? But you don't understand. God, I understand quite well. I understand a lot. I probably understand more than you. I got knowledge that I didn't get in college. I'm trying to give it to you, right? I understand. The fact remains that these guys are uncomparable yet comparable. It's weird, huh? I said that. I say it like a parable. Bible. They're comparable in the fact that they got the same types of deviant charges, but it's uncomparable until the other one is convicted. One's already sitting on that. He did it, Holmes. Span sign. I know it hurts your heart. Hey, guess what? Look, let me give you the thing. Tupac is gone, homie. Prince had pneumonia. And this Vato right here did that, right? This other guy, we're yet to find out. But don't make it a California, Texas thing, because there ain't none of that, man. Shout out to real ones out of Tejas. It's always going to be like that, man. That's how I rock. I keep it real. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth. I'm getting real justified around this camp. I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Score! We gonna do what we does, guys. I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get every single thing that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of every single day, it's all about how you will struggle and strive for your familia. If you choose to back these type of characters up, well, then you are just what they are. You might as well go over there with them, play Dungeons and Dragons, and play Yahtzee with this other cat. Because until people know exactly what it is to be a man and take care of your family, one never knows. Does one? The wind's blowing. With that being said, if you like this, hit that like and subscribe with a thumbs up. If not, I'm just speaking my opinion, man. I'm stating facts like a Mac. It's what I do, does, and always will, cuz, right? If not, you can put your thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears this crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I honestly, really, and truly believe in, and that's the coming together of real men, real people. I don't play that, man. Oh, he's better because he's from here, or you don't understand. You don't understand. I don't need to understand. What I do understand is this guy's convicted over here, and this guy's looks mighty suspicious. That's what I understand. Anything else? Hey, I pay it no, never mind. I do my own thing. I'm always going to do my own thing. That's why people hate me, because I do my own thing. See, I'm very opinionated. I'm not scared to hold my words. I know who to respect. I know who to talk about, who not to. But when it comes to these guys, caca. You already know what it is. This is the gun, man. Oh, SPM's better because you did. Come on, bro. Save that comment for finding Bigfoot channel. The gun. Bang, bang.